Hi everybody, I'm going to do a very sort of reasonably short live. I don't want to make any of these too long. The rain's just started, so you'll probably hear that on the conservatory roof just as I've started, but never mind. I will just let this run for a minute or two in case anybody wants to join me, but once it's saved at the end of the live video, you'll be able to view it at any time. So I'll just let you listen to the rain for a couple of minutes and then we'll get started. My apologies for that. It was blue sky a second ago and now we've got a downpour. Just to remind you, this is the binder that I had on Hochanda. So I've got, oh, it's getting worse. This is typical. I've got all the pages pre-cut that I can show you as well. So I'll just give it another minute or two. Hopefully this little shower will pass over. I can see some blue sky in the distance, so it may well pass. Hopefully so. Hi to everybody that's joining. Hi Maxine, hi Terry, hi Diane. We're just hoping that this rain's going to ease so you don't have to listen to that. I've got a lovely conservatory because it's lovely and bright and it's ideal for doing these lives, but it's no good when it pours down with rain. Hi Candy. Okay, I'll give it another 30 seconds and then we'll go through just a recap for anybody that's just joining. This is the binder that I took onto the Hochanda show 3 weeks ago, I think now, and these are all the templates inside. I'm going to be doing a series of shortish lives that will be saved within the group, so you can pop back and view it at any time, and just go over everything when you want to use your templates. So okay, I think, well, oh, Diane, don't remind me of that. Don't remind me of that weekend. Yes, that was quite an experience, wasn't it? I haven't actually got rain coming inside the windows though, fortunately. It's all outside. Right, okay, we'll get started. So, as I said, this is the binder that I took onto Hochanda. And what we did was we put together a series of these plastic templates here. There's 22 in total, and basically the idea is that you can trace round these templates onto pattern papers, and where you have little areas like this, they're like score lines. Okay, there's quite a lot of different pages and things, so I will just briefly go through them all and try and give you some examples, and then in later lives what we'll do is we'll actually cover cutting one out, folding it, so you can see, and I'll try and be a bit more comprehensive with them as individual pages rather than give you this summary. So for instance, this particular one that you see here, I will just see if I can find that in this book, and then I can show you what it does. So you can see that this creates this page like this. Now I do find that using double-sided papers is the easiest way, because obviously you haven't got to worry about a white inside or outside, etc. There are some really wonderful ones on the market. I've got these ones here are by Stamperia, but you don't actually have to use double-sided papers. Again, I will do a live at some point to explain how you can utilise the templates without your double-sided papers, and actually you do create what I think is slightly stiffer pages, which might be what you want anyway. So basically what we've done here is we've just cut round this particular template, and where you've got these lines there, then your score lines, and then these holes here They are for your punched holes, so you can put them in your binders. If you are not using a ring binder type, then obviously you would omit those. You wouldn't use those, and you can use that same area there to punch however you like to put in whatever binding you're using. So it's quite versatile. They're different from a die in the fact that you don't have to use every element that's on these templates. You can leave bits out. So where we've got these score lines, you can see how this folds up, and that creates kind of like your spine area. And then you have this nice little open out pocket where you can put other bits, which I'll show you with the other templates. So that's essentially how that one works. Very straightforward. We have another one, which is this one, and again that creates this effect. And as you can see on this one, you don't actually have to use these cutouts at each end if you don't want to. The reasoning behind this, it was all based on the Christmas journal that I did many years ago, was I actually put a letter in this area. So it was a chipboard letter, so you could actually close that over the top of it. And it's just adds a little bit of interest, really. But as I say, you don't need to use, you can completely leave these out and just use the outline. Again, you've got your binding holes, which you use if you want to, that's up to you. And you can see how this all kind of folds up however you like. Now, the other thing to point out is you can see obviously the way up that this paper is means that the holes are on this side, whereas you automatically would think you'd want all your holes on the left. Well, if you imagine if you've done this one already, okay, and you may want to attach another page to the back of that, so you could glue that to the back, in which case then you would want those holes on that side. So that's kind of the method behind that. You don't have to, you can put other things on the back. This is where you've got choice to do whatever you like. So that's that template. We have this long one. Now, I'll show you what this creates. This is in two pieces because I obviously was cutting this from a sheet of 12 by 12, and this template is longer than 12 by 12. So you're not able to cut the whole thing out in one go. But what you can do, which is what you can see that I've done here, is I've created a tab at one end. I think this actually is about 12 inches from there to there. So that's created a tab, and then I've cut another piece out, which is that size for that panel there. And you can literally just glue that onto the tab. Now, I will also show you at some point how you can disguise these joints as well. So that's another one. Again, you don't have to use all the score lines. So if you didn't want to use these two score lines, you don't have to. And it would just fold over like this. But because of those score lines being there, that creates a different effect, and you can have it doing that. Again, the choice is yours, okay? So that's that template. So, as I say, for anybody just joining, this live will remain in the group. You can have a recap at any time, and I will be adding more lives as time goes on. So you'll get to know all about the templates. Right, so this one, again, these are your score lines, and this creates a pocket like this. And as I said before, you can put anything inside. There's pocket. You can create pockets for tags and stuff like that, and all the tags are included as well. So so that's that. So that's another one. And again, these can be used either way. All of these templates can be used either way round. So if you just fold everything up the other way, you can use that with your holes on the other side, so it can be used as the back of one of the other pages. So again, very versatile. So that's that one. Right, what else have we got here? Done that one. Right, this one, another long one. Let me find that. Again, this one is too long for 12 by 12. So what I've done here, you can see how that fits onto there. And this, again, I've left as a tab. And then I've cut another piece out here. So when you fold that, this is how this folds up like this. And you can see it creates all these lovely staggered pockets. And then that, you just glue onto the front of that. Now again with these, you can actually create completely sealed pockets if you want to, or you can leave the sides open and then you can tug tags in and what have you. And again, with all the other templates, you can use it both ways around, like that. Okay, so that's that one. Right, I'll put that over there. Right, then we have this one. And this creates, oh, picked up the wrong one, bear with. This creates this pocket here. So you've got your two score lines for your folds, and then this is actually cut out. It's slightly wider, so it's easier for you to get your pen or your pencil in there, and then that folds back like that. Now you can use this in various ways. One way you can use it is if you go onto the back of one of your existing pages, and you can match that up on the back like that, so your holes match up, and then you can just pop some glue round the edges and use that as a pocket. So that's one way of doing it. Or you can actually trace round the same template but ignore these bits, so you've got a piece like that, and then that becomes the back panel of your pocket. So again, you've got choices, different ways of using it. So that's that. Okay, then we've got tabbed pages. Now, as I said on Hochanda, but in case you didn't see it, there are only 3. Okay, that's just a plain one. We'll go over that in a minute. So you've only got 3 tabbed pages, because these 2 will flip and then they become your bottom 2 tabs. Okay, they're all spaced properly, so that's how they work. So you don't need to have 5. Because bearing in mind, you're tracing round everything. You're not actually using these. So that's easy. So that's why you've only got 3 and not 5. This is just a plain inner page to put in between your templates. However, this is A6. So if you fold a piece of A4 paper into 4, you will get that size. So you don't necessarily need to trace round. You can just fold your A4 into 4 pieces, into 4 halves, you know, like half and then half again. But obviously it's quite handy to have the hole marks, so you can use that for the hole marks. Or if you're obviously using 12 by 12 papers, then you may want to trace round it. Okay, so that's those. Then we go on, we've got 2 sets of tags here. Now these are not just tags. Basically we've got a round top tag and we've got a square top tag. And these you can just trace round the outside as is and pop your hole in. Ignore this score line, and that just becomes a very straightforward tag. You can put a bit of ribbon in the top if you want to. You don't even have to use the hole if you don't want to. Leave that off. And you'll find that these tags will fit into your pockets Some of the tags will fit in different pockets depending, but what I've done is I've tried to make them as versatile as possible. So once you've traced around all your tags, I wonder if I've got any here. Yep, I have. So you've got, for instance, that's a tag without a hole in. You can just pop that in there like that. Or you could have 3 or 4 in there, whatever you like. And it will also go in these other pockets as well, you see. So you've got versatility there. Now you've got the 3 different sizes like that on both the shapes. We've also included, as I said before, this score line. So you can make it so it folds. The beauty of that is that you can just stick that end down and that becomes an open out flap. So you can put a photo in there, or you can have some secret journaling or what have you. And it's something that you can put on the back of your pages. So if we get a smaller one, slightly smaller one, what have I got here? So you could essentially have 2 or 3 of the small ones on the back, and you can have them flop open and you can have secret journaling underneath. So that's how they work, and that's with the 2 different shapes of tag. So you've got the choice there. This little one, this creates a little tiny fold over pocket. Let me just see if I can find the one. There it is. So that's that. Okay. And then what you can do with this is you can create little tiny pockets on the back or the front of, or whatever you have, any of your pages, anywhere you like, that you could use them as photo corners. So you could pop in photos, or of course you can use your tags. And what I actually did on one of the samples, which I thought looked really lovely, I think I had 3 of these little corners, and I just popped these in facing the 2 different ways like that. And it just looks really smart. I think it looks really lovely. So again, you can use those for that. And you can use them anywhere within any of the pages that you have cut. They'll fit wherever you like. So all very versatile. So that's that one. Okay, so where are we? What have we got left? We've done those. Done that one. Right, this one is a little gusset pocket. Now I have got one here somewhere. I've covered everything up now it was all nicely laid out when I first started, which is typical, isn't it? Now I've covered everything up. There it is. Right. So that is your little gusset pocket. Now, the reason why we have a straight top and this curve is because you might want to just have a straight top gusset, or you might want to cut this curve out to add a little bit of interest. Again, these are your score lines. And then once you've folded it all up, I will see if I can show you from the top end. If you can see how that sits. And then if you actually glue it onto something, let me find something you can glue it onto. If you glue that onto a piece like that, you actually create a little gusseted pocket. You may not be able to see that very well. Okay, and again, in there you can put your tags, you can put photos, you can put anything really, whatever you like. So that's what that is. Right, then we have got the envelopes. Let me find those. I'm so messy, I really am. Right, there's one envelope and there's the other envelope. So you've got these 2 envelope templates. This is this one. So again, you've got your score lines and your outline. So you just go all the way around the outside, cut all the way around the outside, and then do your score lines, and then that folds up into a really sweet little envelope. Okay, so you've got that. And that's the same as that. You can attach these envelopes into your pages wherever you like. So that's that. Right, this one, this is like a fold over pocket with finger holes. So this actually creates that, and then when you turn that over, you can actually create 6 little pockets. What you can do is you can either put little strips of red liner tape down, or you could even use a sewing machine and just sew down, and then you can add those to your pages. And what I've done is I've made it the same height as the height of a page, so you can put that anywhere in there, but there's nothing to stop you being creative and cutting these down and using them wherever you like. You know, you don't have to actually follow the template itself exactly. You might want to just put 2 in or something. It's up to you. So that's how you would use that one. And what have we got left? Have I covered everything? Oh no, this one. Right. I think this is the last one. This is just a standard triangular one, which has got the score line if you want to make over a flap over page or pocket. That's fine. Or what they do is they fit quite nicely into your pages, but especially into this particular one. They fit quite nicely there. So you could have a little pocket there where things you can pop in your tags or whatever you want to do. So that's basically all the templates. I don't think I've missed any off. I hope not. I think I've covered them all. That's basically all of the tags. I'm going to leave all the templates. I'm going to leave the Facebook Live for now as that, because what I'd like to do, as I said at the beginning, is create short lives. So you're not sitting there for an hour watching each live wondering what to do. This is just an introduction, and you can refer back to this whenever you like. And then what I'll do is I'll do other short lives to sort of cover things, certain templates in more detail and stuff like that. If you have any questions at all, then obviously post in the comments and I will answer them for you if I can. So that's about it. Rain has stopped. Hopefully the sun will come out in a minute. And have a lovely day, guys. Thanks for tuning in.